Good morning, my dear students. Um, for today's lesson, we'll be taking a look at what is hedging and boosting at a B2 first and advanced C1 level in English. So let's delve into this interesting topic. So, first things first, what is hedging and how can we use it in a sentence? Well, hedging is used when the speaker or writer wants to make a statement, a sentence or statement, less forceful, intimidating, in other words, or less direct, indirectly. By hedging, we can make our statements or sentences more cautious, polite, and even diplomatic and avoid making absolute or general or obvious statements that might be incorrect. Common hedging words and phrases include may, might, could, can, possibly, seems, appears to be, tends to, sometimes, usually, generally, in some cases, and to some extent. These are all common hedging words that we use in sentences. So I'm going to show you, my dear students, some examples of using these hedging words in sentences. So here we go. The first one we have here. It seems that. It seems that, I'm not entirely sure, but it seems that she's not coming to the party. I'm under that impression. That's what it means. The movie could be a blockbuster given the popular actors. So in this sentence, I'm actually showing an interest to the movie that's going to be presented because of the actors and all. He tends This means that he has a tendency, my dear students. He tends to forget his keys. This is a very nice one. At this level, B2, C1, we should incorporate this phrase in our both in our speaking, oral, and our written. Um, we also have you might. You might find it helpful to review the notes before the test. So by saying this, you might find I'm not actually forcing you or obligating you to do something. It's kind of a polite or a diplomatic way of giving you some advice or a recommendation. You might find it. That's how you can use it. Very nice. The restaurant and there's a pause there, 3 seconds, may be closed on Sundays. There's a possibility. We're not entirely sure. The results suggest that diet can influence health. So there's a suggestion, not a confirmation here in number six. It's a suggestion. So we are hedging our way here by being somewhat clear in the case that diet, if you have a diet, this could influence your health positively. So suggest. One of my favorite phrases when it comes to hedging is there appears to be, which means that I can see something that's super clear there. It appears to be a correlation, a connection, association between sleep and productivity there. Very nice. So these are just some examples of common hedging words, which brings us down to this neat little chart that we have here, which I will provide to you all in our e-learning in the Moodle. So here are your common hedging verbs. These are verbs, by the way, in English. And here are the common hedging adverbs. So we remember that an adverb is created or is formed by adding ly to it. It's known as an adverb of manner. This we learn at an A2 B1 level. So at this level of B2 C1, we should be pretty much clear about that, how to form it. Here are some common hedging adjectives in English that we can also use. I will also be providing you these words. This brings us, my dear students, to the second part, boosting. So what is boosting sentences at this level, at this B2 first advanced C1 level? What is that? So boosting expressions, as it's known, are used to show confidence in results or statements. They are used to enhance, a very nice little word there. Enhance means improve. They're used to enhance or amplify, extend the force or quality of a sentence or a statement, declaration. It is a way of expressing certainty or adding emphasis to what you're saying. When boosting, you are making a strong claim, an affirmation, my dear students, or expressing a high degree of certainty about something. Here are some examples of boosting. Boosting in a sentence. It's absolutely clear that. See how I use that nice little expression there? It's absolutely clear that the company's new policy has boosted productivity. I am totally convinced that this is the right path for us. So, with this sentence here, I have no doubt, zero doubts. I'm showing no doubt whatsoever, my dear students here, because I say I'm totally convinced. You have persuade and you have convince, and convince is kind of like the stronger version of it all. She is certainly the best candidate for the job. So this basically means of all of the candidates that we've interviewed or we've spoken to or we've interacted, she is certainly the top of the top for this job or for this project or presentation. So she's certainly the best candidate. It is unquestionably true that this is kind of a long expression and all, but it's super good, especially at the advanced C1 level. We should be using these type of expressions to boost, to amplify our our thoughts, our ideas, especially when we're in a forum or a debate or something like that. It is unquestionably true that exercise contributes to better health. This means that I've done my research, I've done all of that, and I have no doubts whatsoever. You are undoubtedly, there you go, you are undoubtedly the most talented artist, student, teacher in this competition. Just examples, no. And one more, my dear students. It's completely obvious that. See how I use completely, which is an adverb, and I use obvious, which is an adjective. I put those two together, and we have this very neat and eloquent expression here. It's completely obvious that he's not interested in the proposal, in the school project, in attending classes. It's completely obvious. There's no doubts whatsoever here. And here we have some more examples of no. Here are some common boosting words. Absolutely, definitely, clearly, obviously, surely, which is another one of my favorite, my dear students, surely, and undeniably, which is another one of those. Very strong, powerful Adverbs, we have undeniably, in which, as you can see, the prefix is un, and then we have li, undeniably. All right. Here we have an example of how we're using hedging and boosting. It is undeniable that regular exercise improves mental well-being. Well, as you can see, in this sentence, it is undeniably reliable that regular exercises improve mental well-being. The term undeniable emphasizes the writer's conviction about the benefits of regular exercise in mental health. So the writer in that sentence there leaves little room for a possible opposing view. That's very nice how he puts it there. Little room. So that means there's no chance or no chance for people to think the opposite. However, in the sentence, it is believed that regular exercise might contribute to better mental health. The writer is less confident about the benefits of exercise in mental health. The writer definitely leaves room for a possible debate. So as you can see here, wrapping up today's class and all, hedging and boosting at a B2 C1 level is pretty good, my dear students. It helps us a lot to make our arguments, to make our sentences, to make our essays more convincing, and it also gives us a very nice little touch there. I hope you all enjoyed today's class, this explanation on hedging and boosting. Have a great day.